All right, day 9, Mirage Maintenance. You ride the camel through the sandstorm and stop where the ghost's map told you to stop. The sandstorm subsequently subsides, somehow seeing you standing at an oasis. The camel goes to get some water and you stretch your neck. As you look up, you discover what must be yet another giant floating island, this one made of metal. That must be where the parts to fix the sand machines come from. There's even a hang glider partially buried in the sand here. Once the sun rises and heats up the sand, you might be able to use the glider in the hot air to get all the way up to Metal Island. While you wait for the sun to rise, you admire the oasis hidden here in the middle of the desert island. It must have a delicate ecosystem. You might as well take some ecological readings while you wait. Maybe you can report any environmental instabilities you find someone so the oasis can be around for the next sandstorm-worn traveler. You pull out your handy oasis and sand instability sensor and analyze your surroundings. The oasis produces a report of many values and how they're changing over time, your puzzle input. Each line in the report contains the history of a single value. To best protect the oasis, your environmental report should include a prediction of the next value in each history. To do this, start by making a new sequence from the difference at each step of your history. If that sequence is not all zeros, repeat this process using the sequence you just generated as the input sequence. Once all of the values in your latest sequence are zeros, you can extrapolate what the next value of the original history should be. Okay. So you want me to read these line by line? Sure. Got it. Line by line done. Now let's stop after the first line. So you want me to walk this list. So you want me to read each of these numbers and subtract from the previous one. Echo the number. Okay. So let's do, we have a variable for the previous, and then when we print out the new number minus the previous. Okay, so that does one step. Okay, so we put the first line in the rows. Then we do this nonsense. We can say, put this all in a subshell. New row, rows plus equal new row. Okay. What if we just set this to line? And then this is another loop while grep dash q 1 to 9 do. This might be an infinite loop. Nope. Okay, that wasn't a loop at all. There we go. We did the thing. Okay, that looks good. Now what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do once we figure out the triangle? We take the sum of every line ending. So we go through rows. For row in rows, do done echo row. Do we even need to do that? Or can we just, we don't even need this array. Let's drop the array for now because we're already essentially getting the right thing. We can just take this and how do we get the last one of each? I guess we can do a sed. Sed space 0 to 9 plus. We capture this. Then we just say anything. End of line. Just 1. Okay. 18, 28, 68, which I think is right. And then we just add those together. 114. All right, let's see if I can do the input. Oh, whoa, syntax error. Why so many syntax errors? And then we get a number? I don't know how much I trust that. Wait, what? Is it because of the negative numbers? Oh, I'm not including negatives in here. Oopsie. All right, it's gonna just work now. I don't know, we'll find out in a second. All right, yeah, we got it, we got there. All right, part 2. Of course, it would be nice to have even more history included in your report. Surely it's safe to just extrapolate backwards as well, right? Uh-oh. For each history, repeat the process of finding differences until the sequence of differences is entirely 0. Then, rather than adding a 0 to the end and filling in the next value of each previous sequence, you should instead add a 0 to the beginnings of your sequence of zeros. Let's draw this one out real quick because I feel like it resolves to something and I just can't picture it. We're starting out with 2 because that's the first number. at the bottom. And then we go up to the next one. So it's 0 minus 2, which gives us negative 2. And then it's 3 minus that, which gives us 5. And then it's 10 minus that. How do we build this out? I mean, what this really comes down to, right, is 10 minus 3 plus 0 minus 2. Oh my god, we can do this in the most bash way possible. Okay, I think we can do this in a really funny way. So basically, we need to print the first number of each line. This, but actually the space was here all along. And instead of... So paste has this cool feature where you can specify 2 delimiters and it'll alternate between them. Why do I know this? I don't even know. But using that, we can, I think, get the answer. 1100? And that's the right answer. All right. That was a pretty fast day. I can't be mad at that. I was scared they were going to be like, actually, your input is one long sequence. That's part 2. Have fun.